At nearly 100 meters, a forgotten shape emerges from the darkness.
This is the SS Ohio, a British tanker lost during Operation Pedestal in 1942. The ship's name is still readable, scarred but unmistakable.
German air attacks tore the tanker open before she could reach Malta.
Inside, the machinery that once carried vital fuel lies silent.
Supplies meant to save Malta remain scattered across the deck.
Even now, the wreck belongs to the deep.
Moments of tension pass quickly in these depths. Some of the crew never escaped.
The SS Ohio stands as a silent memorial beneath the sea. Defensive guns remain locked where they last fired.
Vehicles meant for war never left the ship.
In the deep, new life moves through old steel.
Below deck, the wreck grows more claustrophobic.
Their identities remain etched in rust.
Every corridor leads deeper into history. The damage along the hull tells the story of repeated airstrikes.
Direct hits ripped through the tanker's armor. The force of the explosions is frozen in the metal.
Navigation equipment still marks the ship's final course.
Vital fuel never reached its destination. Large predators patrol these depths without concern.
The ship's last calls for help ended here.
The SS Ohio still dominates the seabed.
The stern marks where control of the ship was finally lost. The propeller never turned again. Steering failed as damage overwhelmed the tanker.
Every section shows signs of desperate struggle.
The deep can still surprise even experienced divers.
Moments of tension quickly dissolve.
The anchor chain lies locked in place. The ship will never be raised again.
The engineering spaces are completely destroyed.
From above, the scale of the loss becomes clear.
Midship damage shows where fires burned the longest.
Intense heat warped the steel before the ship sank. Escape routes quickly became traps.
Some crew waited here as the ship went under.
The wreck has become part of the deep-sea ecosystem.
Uniform details remain after decades underwater. The interior grows darker and more confined.
From end to end, the ship bears the same scars. The dive continues deeper into the tanker's past.
The forward deck holds the tools once used to keep the ship alive.
Deck machinery now sits frozen in decay. Salt water has erased all movement. Cargo spaces collapsed under the ship's own weight. Supplies remain entombed below deck.
Large inhabitants move freely through the wreck.
Even labels survive, just barely.
The deeper sections grow increasingly unstable.
Time has claimed every surface. The dive presses on toward the ship's final moments. The bow absorbed the brunt of the final impacts.
Damage here is more severe than anywhere else. The ship's identity survives in rust. Anchoring equipment never had a chance to be used.
Unexpected encounters still test divers here.
The deep quickly returns to silence.
Explosions force the steel outward.
The bow compartments are completely destroyed.
Navigation lights went dark forever.
The front of the ship marks the end of the journey.
Below the bow, debris marks the final collapse.
The seabed holds what broke free as the ship settled.
Personal items remain scattered below.
Some crew were thrown clear as the ship broke apart.
Life now moves calmly through tragedy.
Nothing here has been disturbed for decades.
Navigation tools lie abandoned below.
From here, the ship dominates everything around it.
The dive turns back toward the wreck.
The tanker stands silent, unchanged by time. Midship shows the scars of fire and impact.
Even decades later, fuel containers tell the story of the cargo lost.
Supplies meant for war
rest silently under the sea.
The deep-sea inhabitants now claim the wreck as their own.
Access to lower decks is dangerous and treacherous.
Some crew never made it off the lower deck.
Every mechanical detail frozen in time.
Exploration requires care at every step.
The full scale of the wreck becomes apparent from here.
The SS Ohio remains a sentinel of the past.
The aft section tells the story of the ship's final moments.
Lifeboat mechanisms never saw use in the chaos.
Even the smallest mechanisms bear the scars of time and salt. The deck is a maze of wreckage and corrosion.
The ship has become a home for deep-sea life.
Aft cargo remains undisturbed for decades.
Personal artifacts survive the ocean's reclamation.
Every section tells a story of survival and loss.
The aft remains a silent witness to history.
The SS Ohio endures, a frozen monument beneath the Mediterranean waves.
The weapon is no longer dangerous, but its story is clear.
Some sailors were trapped below as the ship sank.